This is Christopher Wax Steven Ianetti for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. I want you all to get ready for a good Brood War match. Coming up 2 versus 2. The map's going to be, I believe, Lost Temple, from what I understand. And we're going to have an excellent match here. Two of the top players from South Korea. I believe it's Silent Control and KDK. KDK 4321. That might be his alias here for the WCG website, but we'll see. Anyway, Silent Control taking on one of the best South Korean players last night, a Go-Go, who is now in the finals for Brood War. We're going to get ourselves a hell of a match. For Team USA, we have Rec Rule and Asem. Now, I met both of these guys at the USA Finals, the qualifiers here for the Grand Finals of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games, and they seem like good guys, but, they haven't exactly been winning here as individuals. The question is, can they do it as a team? Can they do it as a 2 versus 2 setup? In a 2 versus 2 setup, can they do their best? Can they take on two excellent South Korean players who basically idolize Brood War and consider it the best game out there, and put about as much strategy and skill into things as we see in Counter-Strike in the United States or any of the other popular games we have? People tend to like the RTSs here in Seoul, South Korea, and I'm expecting to see a really good game. Taking a look at the race matchups, looks like KDK 4321 and Silent Control both going to go Zerg here for South Korea. USA going to go with Protoss and Terran for Rec Rule and Asem, respectively, and I'm expecting a really good match. As I can say, I can't say it enough, I've seen some comeback wins coming from nowhere all over the World Cyber Games here, and yesterday was no exception. We had the single elimination for the 1 versus 1 to let these people into the finals, and just an amazing tournament thus far. Fisheye from Germany and a Go-Go from South Korea going to grab the top 2 spots here at the World Cyber Games 2003. And they are going to duke it out later. I believe that's going to be on Saturday. Tomorrow, for all the games, we're going to have the number 3 spot versus the number 4 spot, and they are going to duke that out there for the prize money, see who can get the most prize money for that number 3 or number 4 spot, and we're going to see a lot of good games there, I'm expecting as well. Top 4 from all the games should still be very entertaining. They've got to be a little bit disappointed that they haven't won the $20,000, but I know that they are still in this match, and they still want to win. They just want to hang on there and make sure that they prove themselves here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. Again, this is Wax Steven for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. We're going to bring you live coverage of StarCraft Brood War here in a second, as we're getting all the players readied up and set to go. They've got a nice crowd going here at the RTS stage here in Seoul, South Korea. I have to mention that as much as possible just because I'm so excited to be here. I've had a great plane trip. I've had a great experience. Hotel is good, except for my roommate snoring all night and keeping us awake, but that's easily avoided with lots of soju. Anyway, we're going to have ourselves a match coming up here in just a second. I believe we're still getting the players readied up and set to go, and the crowd looks enthused. I know they're excited to see their hometown of Seoul, South Korea, and just see their country do well here at the World Cyber Games. They, even the nation versus nation maps, there's prize money, and they want to see their country win. Nobody wants to see their country lose unless they're sadomasochists. I really don't know. We're going to have this game coming up, I think, just in a second. Looks like everyone's getting set to go here, and we should be ready and going in a second. Let's take a look here at the brackets right now. I believe for the nation preliminaries. Let's see if I can bring those up. I guess not. Okay. Well, I don't think that's happening. All right. Anyway, we're going to have ourselves a good match here. I'm expecting some really good play, especially from the South Korean duo. They did very well in their respective, groups. We're just going to see some great games. silent control, only taking a loss from the two people in his in the finals right now. KDK 4-3-2-1 here for South Korea. I believe he did pretty well as well. Most of these South Korean players are just top-notch. They take this game very seriously. They don't want to lose. KDK 4-3-2-1 came in Group D, number 2. He only lost 2 games, and I believe... Let's see if I can get that going. It's kind of hard on my setup right now. He lost to 6 Club from Chinese Taipei, and Poto, PH, Poto, which I believe means cat in Korean. I think that means cat. At our little stop at the convenience store last night, we had lots of soju, and we asked several Koreans who spoke some English, some certain words, how to say them in English, or how to say them in Korean, and one of them was cat. We had this really cool cat, just kind of hanging out by us, staying near us, and it's kind of odd, especially since the cats in America, if you look at them funny, they run away immediately. We're getting a shot right now of Asem from Team USA. Asem looking very confident and ready to go here. He's got a big smile on his face, and I'm expecting him to do pretty well. I saw him play in the USA qualifiers for the grand finals, and I'm just expecting a great match from both of these teams. All right, looks like everyone getting set up and ready. Taking a look at the crowd right now. Rec Rule typing to his possibly to his teammates or to his teammate or to his opponent, possibly to get any psychological advantage over them. And I think we're getting readied up here in a moment. Getting set up here very shortly. All right, like I said before, South Korea placing very well thus far here at the World Cyber Games. Asem doing okay for Team USA, 3-3. He won a couple matches here, pretty well. He did an okay job. He already lost to KDK 4-3-2-1 earlier on in the 1 vs. 1, so that might come into consideration here in this Nations vs. Nations. There is a smaller purse to be won. Okay, it looks like we're getting things going, getting started here in a moment. The map's going to be Martian Cross. Martian Cross is going to be the map, and it looks like they're just going to stick with the same maps they have for the 1v1s, and I'm expecting to see a really good matchup. Zerg is going to be interesting to see on this map, I think, with a lot of choke points here and a lot of good setups for getting yourself expansions set and stable. We're going to see some great matches, possibly see some fast expansions from Zerg, or even a Zerg rush, which is very popular here in Korea. A lot of the 2 vs. 2 teams that like to go double Zerg and just rush their opponents to see who has better micro, and I think Team USA possibly anticipating that. Rec Rule for Team USA going to be going with Protoss, and Asem is going to be going with Terran for Team USA. So we can possibly see some early defense coming up from both of these players, trying to cut off on the choke points and keep themselves well set up and make sure that they are guarding against a possible rush from their opponents from South Korea. And I know their opponents from South Korea take these games very seriously. They do not want to lose. They have several fans here in the auditorium. They see lots of friendly faces, and they don't want to let them down. I know they're going to try their best and do their best that they can possibly do versus Team USA. But again, I am from USA. I have to support my hometown, just like everyone here in Korea has to support their hometown. Vote for their nations. Okay, guys. The music that you're hearing right now in the background signifies the fact that we're going to get started here in a moment, and we are going to start up here. It looks like Korea Handbit number 1, Korean Handbit number 2 are going to be blue and teal. So that means we're going to have the players from Team USA going to be in the other colors here. Double Zerg again from South Korea. We've got the drones mining minerals right now. The map is going to be Martian Cross. It is a long map in terms of it's a vertical map. It's we've got some good lucks coming from one of the Korean players right now. They're not signifying their names. They are just saying that they are Korean Hanbit number 1, Korean Hanbit number 2, and let's see. we are getting everybody set up and ready to go right now. Taking a look inside SM's main base. He's got his command center ready and being filled up with minerals right now by the SCVs. And taking a look right now at Wreck-Rule, who did go Protoss. We're going to have a pylon being thrown up right now for him. Everyone looks to be ready and set up to go. I see the keyboard speed being checked right now. Everyone keeping their keyboard speed up and as fast as possible. Just trying to keep things, set up and ready to go. All right, Wreck-Rule doing a little bit of scouting right now. Probe on the way over to the other side of the map. Wreck-Rule and SM have grabbed the left side of the map, the 11 o'clock location and the 7 o'clock location on this map. Martian Cross. Also, for Team South Korea, they have gotten themselves the 1 o'clock position and the 5 o'clock position here on Martian Cross. Because of the interesting choke points on this map and the fact that it's very flat, I'm interested to see what Zerg are going to do. I personally think this is a Protoss map, but we'll see what happens. We've got the Zerg extractor going up right now for the Korean players, as well as the spawning pool. We're going to see probably some early links. Scout being done by SM right now. He scouted the blue base of South Korea. SCV's coming in right now, trying to scout out a little bit, doing a little bit of damage here to the hatchery. Not really too dangerous there, just a little cosmetic damage. First rack's about to be completed here for SM. His second rack's trying to choke off that choke point. He obviously knows there is a rush coming, trying to keep it under control right off the bat, and taking a look right now at Wreck-Rule. Wreck-Rule getting his Protoss Forge up, possibly going to get himself some zealots as fast as possible. We've got another pylon going up right now for Wreck-Rule. Here come the Zerglings on their way to the other side of the map. They're making their way over to the left side of the map, and they're coming through the middle right now. Looks like these Lings for the Teal player from Korea are going to try and own up the Terran and Protoss teamwork from USA. Here come the Lings right now, making their way over to the left portion of the map. There is an Overlord here scouting, and looks like we've got some Marines here set up and ready to go. There is a bunker behind the racks and the supply depot. Let's see what the Korean players can do about that. Korean players making their way to the upper portion of the map right now, going on over to the Protoss base, trying to find their opponents and do some damage. But right now, I'm not seeing Wreck-Rule around. He is a little bit behind here on his buildings and getting things set up. I do see a photon cannon up, set up in a nice position here to cover his probes, and it looks like the Zerglings for the South Korean players just going to not take that into consideration. They're trying to double up on the Ling rush. Here they come, coming into the base right now of Wreck-Rule. Wreck-Rule positioning his probes so that he blocks the Zerglings. Nice feint from the South Korean players going after the photon cannon. Goodbye, photon cannon obliterated. We've still got more Lings coming in right now to the base of Wreck-Rule. Wreck-Rule trying to get a gateway up as he's got some nice positioning, but it's not going to be enough to defend against the Ling rush of the two South Korean players. Very nice micro from them and a nice feint moving one way, trying to get Wreck-Rule to move another, and it worked as he tried to get his photon cannon set up in the proper position, but could not get it up in time. He's just got too many Lings to deal with. Here go the Zerglings for South Korea going after the nexus of Team USA and Wreck-Rule. We've got a Zerg hatchery going up right now. Expansion for the blue player from South Korea. Looks like we've got more drones coming out right now from him. We're probably just going to see a lot of Zerglings up until the end of this match. Just going to see a lot of rushing being done by South Korea. Another expansion going up for South Korea. Taking a look right now at the Terran base of SM, who is trying to position his Marines in the choke point right now. He still has the bunker set up right behind the racks, and nice maneuvering there. He's killed off several Zerglings, and looks like that bunker just nice placement there by SM. I think Protoss just having a tough time versus the double Zergling rush of South Korea. Now it looks like SM is just going to be alone here on this map. He's going to try and do things by himself. We'll see if he's able to do it. I don't think it's going to happen. 2 versus 2, losing your teammate kind of signifies the end of the game. But we'll see what happens, and if SM is able to hold off 2 of the best South Korean players in the world, that's going to be a tough thing to do. Wreck-Rule has just left the game. He's lost all of his units. We've got some fire bats going up right now for SM. SM saying TT. He's not very happy with the current situation. That is the crying symbol on the internet, and I think a lot of Koreans have seen it before when they obliterate their opponents. We've got several Zerglings right now in the middle of the map, and now Assem trying to defend his base here. He's got a Rax in position here to try and defend against the units of the South Korean players. We've got several Fire Bats and Marines. We've got some Medic Marine combinations, and now it looks like a scout left behind by the South Korean players are going to get obliterated here. Medic Marines going after the Zerglings right now. They are getting away from that battle, and Assem just trying to keep control of his base area. Let's see if he's able to do it here. We've got another expansion going up for the South Koreans, and Wreck-Rule just kind of sitting by himself. There is not a lot he can do versus the double Zergling rush of the South Koreans. We've got 2 more sunken colonies being set up inside the South Korean bases, and it just looks like they are defending quite well right now. We've got a Spire going up right now as well for the Teal Korean. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a very intense aerial battle coming up soon. The Marines and Firebats looks like they're using some stim packs right now, trying to chase after some Zerglings being left behind. Now it looks like Assem trying to make a forward push, moving his way over to the right side of the map right now. Marines and Medics, and oh my, I see some Firebats as well, pushing their way over to the right portion of the map, and now Assem going after an Overlord of the blue Korean player. He's out of range right now, so he's just going to have to let that alone and go back inside and try and hurt the Korean player. We do have 4 sunken colonies at the expansion right now for the blue Korean player. And let's see what Korea can do here. We've got lots and lots of Medic Marines and Fire Bats. Assem just trying to keep things very varied. We've got 2 Mutalisks coming down towards that bottom portion of the map. Assem looks to be not too worried, but he's probably given up hope already inside of his mind. It's very difficult to win in this situation, and I know Silent Control, after his loss last night versus a Go-Go, just going to take things really hard, and he wants to make sure that he wins at least the Nations vs. Nations, and possibly 3rd place tomorrow. We've got ourselves another expansion up now for South Korea. Mutalisks on their way, positioning themselves at the Teal base, with Zerglings moving over towards the right portion of the map, and looks like Assem is just kind of moving his Medic Marines around a little bit. We've got a 3rd Rax going up right now for Assem, and some of the Korean players smiling a little bit. Looks like they are very happy with the current situation. We've got a factory going up right now as well for Assem. Assem trying to maintain things by himself. Again, he lost his partner Wreck-Rule early on to a double Zergling rush, and some very nice micro and feinting maneuvers from the Korean players. We've got a sunken colony going up now, several creep colonies going as well. Add another expansion here for the Teal player from South Korea. South Korea now bringing in several Mutalisks. Looks like they are trying to get the aerial advantage, and Assem just trying to micro on the keyboard as fast as possible. Here come the Mutalisks. Mutalisks making their way over to the lower left portion of this map right now, and here come the Mutalisks trying to own up the base of Assem. Supply depot coming under attack, and it looks like just a little scouting being done by the Korean players as they are trying to find the weaknesses in Assem's defense. Assem with the Medic Marine and Fireback combination getting attacked right now from both sides. Not a lot he can do. Some very nice maneuvering done by both Korean players, and attacking the racks here of Assem and Bunker. It looks like Assem just not going to be able to cover both sides of the bases once. He does have some missile turrets up as well, and we've got some factory action going up. So we're going to see some Goliaths coming up very shortly, I expect, from Assem. But again, I don't think he can really defend very well in this situation. He's by himself, facing 2 of the best South Korean Brood War players in the world. That's going to be rough to win, my friends. Very rough to win. Here come the Mutalisks. Mutalisks owning up the barracks right now of Assem. Assem has his barracks on fire. He's trying to reposition his units here inside the back of his base. He's just kind of running around. Not a lot he can do at this point. He's got a very difficult time. The Queen building has been set up right now for these Zerg players from South Korea. Lots of Medic Marines right now. Just attack and retreat by both South Korean players. Just seem to be toying with Assem right now. They're trying to create some Queens possibly inside the base. They're trying to get some Queens going inside their base. And Assem just trying to keep things alive here. He's cranking out more medics inside his base right now. And he's going to try and get in front of these Mutalisks. But the mobility of the Mutalisks just providing the South Korean players with too much. And another expansion going up now at the previous base of Wreck-Rule being the Protoss player for Team USA. There goes the racks right now for Assem being lifted up, and Assem making a forward push here. He's trying to go after the Mutalisks of the South Korean players. South Korean players sending in their Mutalisks on the main base of Assem. Assem just going to have to ignore that, keep trying to push forward. There go the SCVs right now for Assem. The missile turret is down, and now Assem is in a lot of trouble, trying to bring back his Medic Marine combination, and we've got some missile turret action still going on from Assem, trying to hold back both South Korean players. Both South Korean players still looking very intent on winning this match, and it looks like Assem is just taking some serious losses here. He's got one of his racks under some serious fire. Goodbye. One rack goes down yet again. And now Assem trying to move his Terrans into position here. Looks like he's got fire bats, medics, and Marines setting up just outside of his base, trying to fend off the Mutalisk attack from both of these Korean players. Uh-oh, here come the Guardians. Several Guardians making their way over to Assem's base right now. Here come the balls of green death, as I like to call them. And Assem gonna have to say GG, good game. Very nicely played by the South Korean players, knowing that a double wing rush would take out a Protoss player fairly easily, especially on this map. Nice choice by the South Korean players here. Maybe possibly setting yourself up for double Terran would have held off the South Koreans a bit longer, but I don't know if Rectal knows that. And anyway, we're going to bring you guys some more coverage of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games in a while. I believe we've got some other games going on very soon. Taking a look here at my schedule, I believe we've got some Unreal Tournament along with some more Brood War coming up soon. It's going to be the last 4 remaining teams here in Seoul, South Korea, and it's going to be the semifinals coming up very soon. So stay tuned. We're going to have more Brood War and Unreal Tournament action here on the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. Come back for more. Here we go. We're going to play a little bit of music here while I wait for some more games to come on, and maybe DJ Week can jump on the stream in a little while. Stay tuned, guys. We got some Ray Lynch, Celestial Soda Pop coming at you.